In this video, I'm going to show you how to read the test results made with Life Expert Profi. This is going to be just a short, briefly explanation for new users. So to start with, we need to go to registry and choose a patient, or you can just click here in the search line, type a tested person name and choose the person. It has to appear rapid test for and the name. So this section is actually for the testing. This section impact is for the therapy complexes that we have. And analysis section is everything that we can analyze due to the results of express testing. It's going every year wider. The company is introducing new functions. For the moment, we have around 22 or 23 different functions here. Let's go first and start with general condition of system. So here we have our test, right? And what we need to check is basically the pH level, the organs and the system's condition, the general state of the body, the type of vegetative nervous system, central nervous system, if the person has stress, etc. Basically, before making any analysis and assumptions, I recommend you on each page to log in into the information post, and everywhere on every page you will find information about this specific section, which will help you to read very well the results and will explain to you everything. Basically, as you can see, green color means there is no violations, turquoise and yellow minimum violations, orange, blue, red and purple, right? So it either goes to the hypofunction or to the hyperfunction. Also, we give more explanations about all these measurements in our professional video about how to read the results. In this video, what you need to understand, first of all, check the general condition, it is satisfactory, great. Then we go to the pH. Maybe you already know about the pH and how the pH of the body should be, how to maintain in a good level. If not, I recommend you just to Google it. There is plenty of information about pH on internet. What I want to say, medium scale degree of alkaline reaction is a perfect condition, because it can show that there is an acid process in the body. When we have the pH like acid, this is not good. It means that our lifestyle is not good, the food we eat, the water we drink, and the lifestyle we have, basically our physical activity. With controlled food and water consumption, you can correct pH level easily. Just watch on internet which products are good for alkalinization of pH. It should be medium scale degree alkaline. Also, if it is too high, the alkaline level, it is also not good. So we need to basically keep it in balance. Do not keep it acid or very much alkaline. Here we have all the systems of our body and the colors of these systems at the moment of the measurement, where green color is a normal condition, blue color, it means that there are some alterations, but this light blue color means that the alterations are not very big. Dark colors, dark blue color, mean that there are pretty big alterations, moderate abnormalities already in these systems. It can also be the opposite, it can be orange or red. Blue colors go more into chronic processes and red colors go more into inflammation processes. Also, we can see the general resistance of damaging factors, which is average. Type of vegetative nervous system, in this case it's parasympathetic. We have sympathetic, parasympathetic and eutonia. Eutonia is like balancing part, right? Sympathetic part of a nervous system should be active in the morning and parasympathetic in the evening. If this balance is broken, if we wake up and during the whole day it's parasympathetic, it means that the person may have lack of energy, goes to sleep early because gets very tired, but in the morning already can lose energy approximately after having lunch, or wake up with already desire to take a nap. If it's sympathetic, the person wakes up very active, but in the evening the activity is persisting, and the person may have problems falling asleep. So it's better sympathetic in the morning, parasympathetic in the evening, or eutonia, which is basically a balanced state of nervous system. A normal central nervous system, it means that the person doesn't get very nervous, and hyper energy or hypoenergy, you will be able also to read in the information letter description. In the diagram, we can see already the state of each organ and of the body. Right here, we can see more diversity of the colors. In this video, I will also show you just a simple way to read the results. We can watch all the organs, right, and just pay attention to the colors, where orange color is inflammation. Green and turquoise, it's basically like green is a normal condition and turquoise is very close to normal. So we also do not consider it as something away from normal, but it already wants to say that it's slightly different, but it's a very good condition as well. So orange colors mean there are some inflammation processes in these organs. Blue colors also mean that we need to pay attention. Dark blue colors, we need to pay a lot of attention to these organs and systems. So basically here we can also see that the whole gastrointestinal tract has some weaknesses and some hypofunction processes, and also the ovaries, kidneys, and hand joints and leg joints. So we need to repeat the tests in order to see how this is going to evaluate in future. Also, what else could we do here? We have paired organs which have the right and the left part. Almost everywhere, the majority of the organs are like this, but not all of them. So for right and left organs, we can compare this difference. This difference should be small. The best is if it is up to 4 units. If it's higher, then we already have some processes going on, but if it's higher than 10, we need to pay a lot of attention, especially to the organ which shows a smaller measurement. Also, we can pay attention to these gray colors. It is very long to explain all of these measurements. This is how to read the results professionally. Normal users just look at the colors and that's all. I give you a little bit some of more idea of how else you can do it by comparing the right and left organs. The difference shouldn't be big. And these numbers also, the difference should be small. Up to 4 units, it's okay. From 4 to 10 means that there are some processes already going on in the body, and the organs and systems start producing some frequencies which is abnormal, right? And if it's higher uh, than 11 or 12, then we need to be very careful, because it may say that there are some processes where it is impossible to do something and to change the way of outgoing of things for this organ or system. So when these parameters are high, we need to pay attention. If we see that all the parameters are like very high, you make a test and everything is like 10, 8, 12, and all of them, it can happen because of internet connection. If the parameters vary, like here, but some of them are high, even though you can see it shows a green color, but it's a high number. So we need to also pay attention to this. It can show a green color, so the organ feels good at the moment, but there are some processes, the organs start to produce some frequency and work with some rhythm, which is not good in future. So just pay attention to these numbers as well. In the training for our clients, we explain more about all the indicators. So the colors, right? And the side difference for paired organs, and these gray colors. This is called side difference, and this is called fall phenomenon, which we also describe more in the training. Dynamics is the same as organs and systems, right? But we can see a dynamic if we make a lot of tests, and it's been a lot of times since we tested first, so we can basically choose the test and see how things were changing for us from one test to another. Here we made a test, a small harmonization for 3 minutes, and another test. In the training, we also explain why in this type of test we can do it twice. So basically, we need to look at this second result, and this is the result of the person when we made a measurement. These green lines show us a normal corridor, like where the organ or system point should be. It should be inside of this green line. So everywhere where it is not inside, there are some problems going on with these organs or system. For example, here it is inside, here as well, here as well, here it is not inside, here it is inside. So this way we can see what's going on. Here it is on the line basically, right? And checking, for example, this one is totally away from a normal condition. So we can pay attention and compare our previous tests with new tests and see the developing with using our technologies. Because basically with electroconductivity test, this is a test we have done, what we measure information about organs and systems using our nervous system through the intercellular matrix space. So we measure organs and systems and all the parts of analysis, which is general condition, diagram, dynamics, then spine, unbalanced system, orogram. All these parameters are about just this one measurement, but it is shown on a different range. Also ranking as well. Organs and system measurement, but the diagram is different. As you saw, we can see the systems, we can see all the organs, we can see the dynamics, but it's the same measurement. And all the other parts that we measure, such as chakras, biological age, vitamins, possible toxic loads, probable affections, probable changes. All this data is not what we measure exactly, but what the system is capable to show us using artificial intelligence statistic data of clinical tested reports for the moment when I make this video, there are over 42,000 clinically tested reports that are taken into account in order to give us these assumptions. Amino acids as well. So basically this information, psychosomatics, we get using physics laws, statistic data, and artificial intelligence. But we measure the state of organs and systems. Please make sure that you understand what I mean. It's very important. Then here in the projection, we can see basically an image. Let me see, maybe here it was not shown. Display zones map. Yes. So here we have an image. It can be a realistic image or a schematic image, right? In this case, this is a female patient. And the projection means basically if you click on it, it will show you the organs. Probably my internet connection is not very good at the moment. Yes, probably so. By clicking on each zone, you will see the organ and system that this zone is responsible for. So on these lines mean that if the person has, I don't know, some skin disease or some itching or inflammation or papillomas or whatever on these parts of the body, it will be connected to the suffered organs and systems. By clicking On each point, we can see the organ and system it is connected to. Spine. We have measured the organs and systems, and we know that if the organ and system is suffering, it can be because of a displacement, dislocation of a spine disc, or the opposite. The opposite theory means that if the disc is displaced, the problem in organs or systems may occur because spine discs are connected with our body with multiple channels of bloodstream, etc. So basically here we can see the report of organs and systems, but on the spine, which can show us on the problems with the spine that the person may have. We basically just click on the spine discs that show us bad result. Here almost everything is okay, just these 2 or 3 spine discs are slightly blue. This one is blue, but the rest are turquoise. And this one is also blue. So we can see which organs and systems it's connected to. And if the disc is displayed, the person may face the symptoms that are shown on the picture. Also, we can click like this by clicking just right here. Okay. Ranking part. What does it mean? It locates the organs and systems that we saw on the diagram, but in the order of the worst to the best feeling organ or system. So this is a percentage of, we have a percentage of health, like 0% would mean that there are 0 problems with this organ or system, 0 dislocations, right? 68 means that in the ranking we have 68% of a problem with this organ or system. If we go down, we will see that the organs and systems, those are the most healthiest ones, 0% of problem, and then it's rising. And on the top, we will see the organs and systems that suffer more. So these are the more problematic ones, these 4. And here we will have also those that have some problems, right? And basically starting from a turquoise color is when everything is coming down. So these are the organs with the biggest problem in the body in this case. Also, we can do a comparison mode. To read more about this section, just click on the information letter and you will be able to see more information about it. Okay, the next one is unbalanced system. It's the same as a diagram, but in this variation. So it divides all the organs within the systems, like which system includes which organs, and the same percentage as we saw in ranking. Like here we have 5% of deviation in hyperfunction, in inflammation zones, because we can see red color. If it's a blue color and minus, it's into hypofunction, so chronic processes problems. And we can see the minus 12%. If it's 0, it's a normal condition. So this way we can see which system suffers more disbalance and which organs have more disbalance. Chakras. Same way. We do not measure chakras. We do not have the possibility to do it with 6 lead electrodes. What we measure are the organs and systems. But we know that chakras have connections with organs and systems. So if the organ is suffering, it can be because the chakra is closed. By clicking on each chakra, you are able to read explanation about it and see if it is opening, open, neutral, closed chakra. Basically, people ask what is the best. From neutral to open, like neutral, opening and open are good condition. If it is closed, it is bad. So just make sure it is from neutral to opened. For people who do not know how to operate with their energy, the best way is to have it neutral. Otherwise, they will split a lot of energy on other people and will have difficulties recovering. People who know how to work with their energy, who work with people, with spirituality, with their energetic balance, who share the energy with others and know how to recover, opening an open chakra will be a perfect option. But basically, from neutral, opening, in open, 3 of them are good options. Clicking on each chakra, you can see the explanation and the names written here. Here we can see the organism energy level, weak energy, absorbing energy from others. In the information letter, you will be able to read about the levels and which level is considered as good and which is considered as weak. Also, we can see the red lines. What does it mean? Red lines mean basically that the person is giving the energy. If the line is green, it means that the person is receiving energy in a specific chakra. It shouldn't be red or green for every chakra. Sometimes one of them can be green, another one can be red, so it can vary. In this case, the person is given energy in all the fronts. Auragram. Please do not think this is aura. This is a diagram of organs and systems, as you can witness here below, all the organs and systems. But in the circle diagram, where the full circle until top blue means that there is that everything is okay with this organ or system, we can click on them and they will appear on the screen. But I have some weak internet connection probably that it doesn't appear so fast, the picture today. But it gives you the explanations for all the organs. Orange are inflammation, dark blue is a big hypofunction process, something chronic is going on, which can be caused by parasites, can be caused by just a chronic disease, lack of energy, lack of oxygen in the cells, etc. Multiple reasons for it. You see the picture appears, in my case, a bit later because of internet connection I have at the moment. Probable infections. This is a page with parasites. Many people buy this device just because it has this page with parasites. What I want you to know, we do not measure parasites with 6 leads electrodes in 90 seconds, 20 seconds, whatever. It is impossible. We measure electroconductivity of organs and systems, and using statistic data of, at the moment when I make this video, 42 people who were clinically tested and their parasites were totally found, like 100% sure probability. The system takes the measurement of a patient, like the patient that is appearing here, the age and the gender of this patient, the same patients from the 42,000 clinically tested, of the age and the gender of our patient, and who has electroconductivity test, like rapid test as we did, the same as our patient. The difference is that the clinical tested people, they have all the parasites they have were found. So in this case, 91% doesn't mean that there is 91% probability that this patient we have tested has this parasite. It means that from the database of clinically tested people, from out of all of the people who have the same age and the same gender as our patient, and those who have the same result of electroconductivity or very, very similar result, 91% have this parasite. And in Life Expert Profi, it also shows you which organ or system is affected. Also, there are letters E, with basically like a Wikipedia, where you can read about this parasite, these origins and how the person can catch the parasite, which organs and system it's affecting, and why is it dangerous. Here you can only see harmful parasites, but do not think that everything in here you definitely have it. It is necessary to verify it for sure with other more specific ways of diagnostic, but of course, if the percentage is very high, if it's 96, 91, 92, the probability is pretty high, so you just need to pay attention, and using our system and automatic complexes for life balance device, you can work with all the problems that are shown here in the parasite list correctly. This is my recommendation. Just do not get obsessed. Everybody has parasites. It is known we have from 3 to 5 or even 7 somebody kilograms of parasites in the body. So please do not get upset and obsessed with this information. Just understand that this is a statistic data and probability of having this or that parasite, but based on a statistic data. We can't measure this with our test. With electroacupuncture, yes, it is available only for doctors who are qualified to use Vega test and diagnostic by fall, two different options. But for normal users, we have this page, which is pretty informative, but has to be confirmed with other type of testing for sure. Supposed alterations is similar to what we call when the doctor gives us not the disease, but basically describes everything that we suffer from due to the result of our test. So if we see what is the condition of our stomach, we can understand which symptoms the person may have. So this is what occurs out of the database of, in this case, 42,000 people who were clinically tested, but this number is constantly growing. We are not going to change the video constantly, but this number is growing. I want you to know. For the moment, it's 42,000 clinically tested results. So they take people of your age, your gender, of the tested person, and they give their results of the problems that they face, having the same results of electroconductivity express test for organs and systems. It is very accurate, and the good thing is that if you see that something is not true for the person, you can eliminate it like this from the system. So it just gets eliminated and it will not appear in the test report. But the majority of these things are really true. It is very precise, even though we are just using statistic data. Biological age. This is our real age, and biological age is how our organs and systems feel like. So in this case, they feel like 34, not like a real age of a person. And 3 years is a difference. Coefficient is 1.1. It gives us a tendency for the 20 years if we do not change anything in our routine, and gives us causes of ages. Also, if you want to read more, here is an information letter. You can get informed. Also pretty good information to learn. Vitamins. It is not the same as a blood test we do, because of course we didn't give blood in this case. We make electroconductivity test. We measure it with 6 electrodes. But the system, what is it measuring? It measures the absorption of the vitamins in our stomach. So even the stomach condition affect a lot. If the system sees there are problems with the stomach, it assumes that it cannot digest very well a certain group of the vitamins which should be digested there. It takes into account many things which I cannot know, because this is like confidential information of the manufacturer of all the information they use to give the result. But what I can tell you is this is a level of absorption of certain vitamins. Stomach condition can make a difference. Parasites, because there are some parasites that are consuming our vitamins and minerals in the body, and no matter how much we take, we will always have lack of it. So basically, in this case, you can see the perform functions of lacking vitamins and the consequences of the shortage, as well as the required daily rate. Let's go further. Possible toxic loads, also nothing difficult here. You just need to read what is shown here, and this is what the system finds that can be a possible toxic load due to the results of a test. The next one is matching preparation. We have a separate video about it, as well as for product selection test, because this is a different test. Amino acids, the system shows deficiency of the amino acids in our body, of dispensable and partially indispensable amino acids, the deficiency. The next thing is psychosomatic. Of course, we can't measure the psychosomatic part of a person, but there is a theory and a science behind all of this. I personally love this part of report because it takes into account emotional part, and we know that if the organ or system is suffering, for each emotion we have connection with different organs or systems. And if the specific organ or system is suffering, it may be because of a certain emotion, and a certain emotion has already explanation on the psychosomatic part. So the system tells us, due to the results of a test, which problems does the person have, from the most characteristic one to the less characteristic one. Like from the organs that are in the worst condition to the organs that are in the best condition, but the programs that the system could find. We can add this information to our library with programs, to the programmer, and download the therapeutic complex to our life balance device. We have a lection video about how to use carefully the system and how to introduce bioresonance into your life. Basically, this is the name of a webinar, Introduction of Bioresonance in Your Life, where we show how to work with automatic complexes and with psychosomatic programs as well. The other one is reactivity, which is basically like an allergy test, but apart from just food, it tests also from other substances that can be breathed in, etc. You can see the information about it and just exclude, if this is food, these products for at least a few weeks from the diet to see if the test will improve. Zodiac diet, depending on the zodiac. Similar thing with a fitness diet. Body mass index is made with a different test. We also have about it a separate article, and this part is not available yet. It's a new function that we are waiting for to appear in a new device. I hope this video was useful. It's pretty long, but I had to explain you these things because this is Life Expert professional testing, right? But still, you cannot complicate your life. I just explained to you so you understand, because you need to understand all of that and the system that you received. If you watch professors and people who are specialized in reading blood test results, they can also give you a lecture of over 2 hours about how to read correctly the blood test results, not just as the system shows you, but there are specific instructions for that if you want to be able to read them yourself. So you can either take into account the advices I give, or people who use the system like regularly, doing the test a few times a week, they just go to the first page to see the system, second page to see the organs, maybe they go to the psychosomatic or something else they are interested in specifically, and then they just create a report. So it's not necessary to go through all of it every time and read it so deeply. I just had to explain to you because this is why I made this video. But you can decide and just look at the colors, briefly see the improvements, and download an automatic complex and continue with your therapy without complicating your life. Thank you so much for your attention. Hope this video was useful and see you in the next videos.